I've seen people talking about tech to be, oh, when you say you're in tech, it means you're always sitting behind this computer system and you're doing some wizardry things on the computer system. For me, I'll believe that technology is past beyond devices. It also includes people. That is, when people use creativity to solve a problem.
Okay.
So that is, you've heard the word being innovative. That's using technology. But most times it comes with creating a new device or a solution that uses computing power. So
Okay.
if you can understand computer and then you apply the principles of computer to solve a problem, we would believe, oh, you have already done something in tech.
Hello, guys. You're welcome to this edition of ICJ Talks. Today, we'll be discussing a topic that is very important: navigating a tech-driven world. With me in the studio is a very important guest, a friend and a brother, Faith Adekboju. He's an IT specialist and cybersecurity analyst, a certified AI trainer with Nigerian AI AD, and a tech advocate. You are welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. The first question is this: how do you believe technology has transformed industries in recent time?
Okay, that's a very important question. And I would say for the first thing, we have to really define what technology itself means.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of people have different opinion when it comes to tech, and then I've seen people talking about tech to be, oh, when you say you're in tech, it means you're always sitting behind this computer system and you're doing some wizardry things on the computer system. For me, I'll believe that technology is past beyond devices. It also includes people. That is, when people use creativity to solve a problem.
Okay.
So that is, you've heard the word being innovative. That's using technology. But most times it comes with creating a new device or a solution that uses computing power. So if you can understand computer and then you apply the principles of computer to solve a problem, we would believe, oh, you have already done something in tech.
Okay.
So now coming to that question that how has technology shaping industries in the recent year? I want to take us back to the the COVID-19 era.
Okay.
And that's very important. That's a very pivot point in the whole world because every one of us, we don't really understand some of the things that is very, very important in tech until COVID-19 came in and banged in and we felt this is a disease, but it's a blessing in disguise. So the way technology has shaped industries, it has actually, of course, obviously, it has provided a progress to industries. I would take different industry, for example, the education industries. Before, for you to have access to education, you have to be within the four walls of a school, and then you have to listen to a teacher. You have to write things down one way or the other. But now you can sit back at home and have access to remote learning. So that is technology in practice, actually. If you take it to other sectors, let's say sales and commerce, in the holding times, you have to buy something, do trade by barter until money comes in and you start giving, you have to be physically present. I would say one thing tech has actually done in recent years is to create, bridge the gap of distance.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one major thing I would like to point out. It has bridged the gap of distance. So you don't have to be physically present in any industry to perform what you're meant to perform. You can be anywhere and then still have access to the kind of people, services, and products that you would have access to in the times past.
Okay.
So
So it has breached the
gap of distance.
the
It
gap
has brought
of distance.
people close
Okay.
together. Yeah.
Okay. So technology has brought people closer than ever.
Yeah, I ever heard of the word computer village now?
Yes.
Now, and the world is becoming a global village. So that's the impact of tech. It's not only in education, in sales and commerce, in fashion. The whole world is now connected as one.
One. And that is because we have tech.
Yes, yes.
We have technology. All right. Let's move on to the next question. In your opinion, what role does technology play in driving innovation within a company?
Okay, and that means we are bringing tech to a company now.
Okay.
And I would believe a company, before we talk about tech in a company, it has products or services, staffs, people, and then managing ideas. And then that means that company is solving a problem.
Okay.
I would say tech now don't mind me, I'll call it tech.
Okay.
Because we use the word technology, but it has become an household name. Everybody
Yes.
calls it tech.
Tech.
All
That's
right,
the
so-
abbreviation for it.
yeah. So
Okay.
now I would say that tech has actually been the bedrock of innovations now. I can imagine having a company that solves a problem without a website,
Yes.
without an online presence, without reaching out to people. In short, if your company wants to reach out to people beyond your local area, you have to, adopt technology.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that means tech is now becoming both the bedrock and the driving tool.
Okay.
So,
Both the bedrock,
Bedrock
and,
and
the
the
driving tool.
like it's just like I won't call it the alpha and omega now.
Okay.
It's just going to be what you start up. In fact, many companies doesn't have physical locations now. If I'm permitted to mention it, you know the likes of Jumia and all
Yes,
that.
yes.
They don't have a physical shop.
They are just virtual.
They are virtual, but then
They're
they are
making sales.
They are making sales and
Making
offering
millions and billions.
That's it. So
Okay.
and they are offering services that many people nowadays doesn't even want to go to the market to price things. They just
Yes.
head over to Jumia, AliExpress, and just
Yeah,
begin
because
to shop
even
for things.
some of these things we are using here, we just got them from Jumia.
That's true.
You get?
Yeah. So I would say technology in that sense has really helped or been the foundation of Jumia. Jumia cannot exist without tech.
Tech, yes.
And then it's also the driving force.
yes.
So technology is now pathway between a company and the customer.
Wow.
So it's the pipeline. So we imagine the goods or product being the train on that pipeline. So before the goods and product leaves the train station, which is the company, and takes people to the destination, it has to go through a pathway, and that's tech.
Tech.
So it's very, very important. It's just something that people cannot avoid
Right.
nowadays.
Nowadays.
Yes.
So can we say that technology has made people more innovative?
Well, that's a tricky question.
Okay.
Because if you are to look at it, looking at parents' bias with children
Okay.
getting involved in tech now, I would believe it has made people more creative.
Okay.
Yes. If one thing I believe in people is that when you expose human beings to different set of tools, one way or the other, ideas start popping up in your mind.
Yes.
So once there are tech tools out there, and I believe we are still going to talk about tech tools now.
Yeah.
So once we have a lot of tools or services, or let's say like idea for a person, you get more creative when you see tools. I
yes.
can imagine trying to build a house and all you can see is a land, no tool to work with. It will always be in your mind. But once you have, the building tools, the cement and everything, nobody will have to tell you, you start building right away.
Yes.
So tech has made people more creative. Let's forget about the bias in people's mind presently.
And no matter what people are thinking about tech, people will be like, the pros and the cons.
Yeah.
I think tech has done more good
Than
than
the bad.
anything bad that people are thinking. You cannot avoid using. Do you know what it means now? Okay, let's assume that we don't have mobile app banks. We don't have you don't have there's no ATM machine.
Even the
You need
smartphone.
to, or your phone.
Yeah.
You get all the transactions you do through your phone, all the
Sure.
services you get through the availability of your mobile phone. We don't have them.
We don't have them.
Take for instance, now you need to go to the bank to withdraw your money, and you go and queue
For a long
for a very long time. But
Yeah.
technology breached that gap.
Definitely now.
You get it now. So I think it has done more good than what people think is the harm that
Yeah.
it has done.
Yeah.
Technology has done more good.
More good, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. What are the key considerations when implementing new technology in a company?
Okay, yeah, I think it's just a way to proceed from the last question.
Okay.
I said the other time that a company needs to have you as a manager or a CEO or whatever, you need to have a product you are trying to deliver to people or a service you are rendering to people. But then I think I should mention some of these technologies that we have now.
Okay.
Let's talk about the digital marketing tools, reaching out to people. Most people, once they open a company, the first thing is bang, just go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, just open as many as possible without actually looking at who are my audience. I think that's the first thing people need to understand when they are trying to make use of technology in their company. The set of audience they are trying to reach out to, and then the right channel.
Okay.
For some services now, let's say if you're offering services like barbing and all of that, yeah, it's good for you to run ads. But then, what you do actually more is to connect with existing customers through a mobile app, and where they can drop their feedback and then do recommendation, referrals. Maybe by the time they come back, they have a discount on haircuts or
Okay.
something like that. So such a, I know you posted the video some days ago, and it talks about opening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Business setup ideas and their locations.
And their location. And one
Okay.
talks about the gym where you open an egg shop,
Shop, okay.
and then a barbing salon in front of a car wash.
Car
or
wash,
something like
yes.
that.
A car wash in front of a shopping mall.
Something like that. So
Yeah.
now that's out of using tech, though. But then to implement that idea, even if you open it, that doesn't guarantee total sales if you don't use the right tools.
Yes.
So for a company to start using tech, I believe they have to look at the audience first, and then what kind of platform, what kind of tool do you want to make use of? Do you want to make use of native platform, something hardware? Because when talking about these tech tools, we talk more than just software. There are also hardware tools that we can make use of. Our smartphone is part of technology, computer system is part of technology. So you want to look at your budget also
Okay.
at the same time. Then looking if you want to do something hosting on the cloud. When we say the cloud now, some people believe the cloud is the sky. In tech, cloud is never a site. Yeah, I mean it's never the sky. A cloud is definitely a physical location, like a data center. It could be in Europe, it could be a place that the server has enough storage for what you want to do.
Yeah.
So most people doesn't even understand. They just buy a website and start putting up things. They don't even know what happens in the back end.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they just notice their website one day is not working. And they're like, the server is done. So that's why we need to learn about this tech. So you want to consider your audience, then you want to consider your budget, you want to consider your infrastructure.
Okay.
Yes, you want to consider that. And there's one thing I always try to advocate to is
Okay.
security measures.
Wow.
Yeah, cybersecurity is on the verge now, and a lot of businesses have been exposed to cyber threats.
Threats, yes.
We have AI now. 2023 AI filled the world.
Yeah. 2023 was greeted by a whole lot of
AI tools. Yes.
that just came in, and they actually made life easy, but people are still criticizing it.
Yeah, people are scared because during my trainings, what I actually tell people, because when I kind of train educators now, the set of people that are more scared of AI is educators.
Okay.
Because they
Because they
believe
feel they'll be losing their job in no distant
they
time.
will lose. That's the thought.
But the point is not being you should not be afraid of AI. You should actually find a way to deploy it and make your work easier
Yes, definitely.
and be more productive in what you're doing.
Sure. I think I will support you on that point because I always say AI cannot replace human beings.
Yes.
It can't.
It can't.
But it will replace you if you are not smart.
Smart. Because you're actually supposed to use it to make your work faster.
And do more in less time.
Yes. Do more in less time.
Yeah, doing more in less time. I
Yes.
can't imagine a content creator now. They give you got a gig
Yes.
and you want to start thinking from
The
the A to
scratch.
Z
Z.
when you have, but people are scared that if these guys, I call them guys, I name them, the likes of ChatGPT, I call it the guy, Google
Yes.
Bard and
Yes.
everything. If they can do exactly what you do, compose music, write songs,
Songs.
design graphics, do video. edit
Actually,
video.
the other time I actually have to use GTP to create the lyrics of a song.
Wow.
And it gave me a pretty
I don't
good.
know if a song composer.
But that was made possible through the help of ChatGTP.
Yes.
So now you don't need to sing song that doesn't have lyrical content. ChatGTP will give you song that have quality lyrics.
Yes.
You get it now?
So, that brings that fear.
Yes.
Human being, we don't want to change. That's one thing.
Yes.
We once we get in the line with a new thing, and it's giving us the result. We don't want something that will displace that comfort.
Yes.
I'm making my money here, and anything we see it as a threat.
Yes.
So, but then it's not a threat.
Yeah.
But then, I mentioned security.
Yes.
When AI comes now, a lot of people just sit down at home. AI does the work. But there are some guys that they are after your data. Data is a sensitive thing. Your name, your phone number, your address, your credit card details. It's not about using it for fraud, but they can, use your identity now.
Identity theft.
Identity theft, yeah, that's the word. They use the identity to commit a crime, then dump it back on you. And when the authorities are coming, they pick you up. And you don't have anything to deny. You will go explain that I have no evidence at all.
Yes.
Because they saw your picture,
Just-
they saw your fingerprints, they saw everything about
you.
You just lie.
There's no way you can deny it.
So I think you have to look at security too. How not perfect though, but how secured is the platform you are trying to use? How reliable? If it's a website, how many hours of downtime in a year?
Okay.
How can I? Is it very easy for my customers to relate with? Because some of the programs that I've been to, a McKinsey program I graduated from, one thing I learned is if you are designing a product for customers, you are a customer, but you're not the customer.
Okay.
So you don't design because, oh, this is what I want my product to do. Let's do it this way. You should design with the minds of this is the customer.
Okay.
So you are a customer for many products, but you're not the customer for your own product.
There's this principle in graphic design. They say, do not design for brands. Design for the people interacting with the brand.
With the brand.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
So that idea of security comes in now. You want to look at the interface of the platform.
Okay.
If a 70-year-old person you are rendering the service to picks up that tool, we should understand.
Yeah.
With all the codes and everything on the website, we should understand. So less is more.
Yes, little is more,
Less is more.
and
yeah.
sometimes much can be more. That, yeah.
overshoot the bound.
You actually try to. This is like the principles of design, and actually, it actually supports the principle of minimalism.
Yes,
Minimalism.
design,
That's
yeah.
extreme simplification of form and color in design.
That's
You get
way-
it now.
That's way beyond
So that's going minimal in your whatever you are doing,
Yes.
and that's actually where the US UI designers
design.
come to play.
Yes.
You get it now because you have to make your stuff user friendly.
Yes.
You get it now. All right.
Thank you.
Wow. I think we're gaining value for our time here today. All right. Okay. The next question is: how can technology be leveraged to enhance collaboration and communication within a team or organization?
Okay, the word I can pick from is collaboration.
Collaboration, yes.
After COVID-19, we received a lot of blessings in tech.
Okay.
Yes. I know everybody knows the platform, Zoom.
Zoom, yes.
So it got to one point. I was frustrated. I was getting, let me use the word, jealous of Zoom. I was like, why is everybody shouting Zoom? We have other platforms. We have, I won't mention now, so it doesn't look like a competition.
Yeah.
But Zoom was created during that time to solve a problem.
Yeah.
And then there is nothing.
I think Zoom has been existing before
Oh,
then.
yeah.
It has been existing.
It
It's
has
just that it's like COVID-19 now
brought up the glory.
you get now and made it more prominent.
Yes,
you get.
yes.
Okay.
So, if there's anything we can do for human beings that human beings will take as impact is bringing people together. Yeah, that's why people always want to be together. Nobody wants to be lonely.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be silent or stay on. Even the introverts, they have this longing desire to join, to just get along the crowd.
Yeah.
So that word collaboration is a powerful word in any company. Stakeholders, officials, staffs collaborating, and then we are trying to look at the role that technology has to play in collaboration. One thing is that technology brings people together with creativity. Once you are creative in tech now, there is nothing like competition. In business, there is competition.
Yes.
So the tech aspect of, the business aspect of tech, there is competition.
Okay.
But you will see developers, I'm working on this solution, and they will just post it up on the platform. And many people will rush. We have open source projects
Yes,
now.
yes.
You will design a product, you will spend years on it, and then you will just make it free.
Yes.
People will copy your code, use it for another project, work on your own project, tell you the mistakes, and then we are enjoying. That's why Python is one of the most common programming
And
languages.
it's in this collaboration that people get to improve better because as somebody is using your codes and
see flaws. Yes.
the person tells you the flaws and you go and improve on it.
On the code.
Because had it been you kept it for, to yourself, you wouldn't have seen those flaws.
Definitely.
Even if you will see it, it will take you time.
Yeah.
So, wow.
So one thing I would tell about companies using the power of technology for collaboration, once you have a solution, try to communicate. Yes, communicate to every key person involved. you can imagine, for example, and that's where we have trainings.
Yes.
Yeah, a company doing training within themselves. Your company might be just 2 to 10 employees, but trying to bring them up to a standard of where you are going to rather, it's very, very important when it comes to tech now, because the whole idea about tech and entrepreneurship are interwoven. You use tech, sponsor entrepreneurship ideas, and then entrepreneurship ideas develop new tech tools. So collaboration is very, very important, and then it allows a mixture of solution. Let's say for a particular audience, let's give an example. Let's say a Nigerian are in a particular environment, they are going through flood, and that makes them not to have food, that makes them not to have water, lose their houses. A company cannot just come up and say, oh, because I have this amount of money, these solutions, let me go there and give them water, a bottled water factory. You have to collaborate
Yes.
with food factory,
Yeah.
and then merge together, use tech tools, hold meetings, schedule agendas, and do everything. By the time all of you, not only food now, clothing and clothing, fashion industry, by the time you address the need of that society, it won't just be to your glory alone, let's use that word, or to your praise alone, to the praise of every other. But then that's where you get your network. One thing I've seen in the world of tech is networking is key.
Yes.
Even if you know how to program the next Jarvis in Iron Man, if you don't have someone that can, network with, that will see the value,
Yes.
you will just be using it for yourself.
Yes.
I've faced that a lot. It's happened to me when I started my journey in tech in 2015.
Okay.
So I went through a lot of solo journey for like 5 years.
Okay.
I went through solo journey. But it was when I started opening up to people. Yeah. Seeing people that do exactly what I do, not as competition,
Yes.
but as stepping stones now, to brush me, to polish me, and to just glean from them. That's when I was open to, these ideas, these are the things, this is why you've not been able to improve, and it works for companies too.
Yeah.
So collaboration is very, very important.
Both for companies and even
Individuals.
Yes. Because you cannot do much as a tech person, as a tech guy. A lot of tech people used to use that word, tech guy. I'm a tech guy.
And then, funniest thing, everybody will go and buy this customized shirt, put codes on it.
Yeah.
Just put some rubbish language. And once they wear that hoodie, tech guys are always in hoodie.
Yes.
And then dark rooms with red light, blue light, green light.
Yes, okay. So you cannot do much. Even if you are developing, most guys that are developing apps, and even companies that are developing apps, one way or the other, they have to do collaboration with other companies.
Yes.
Do you get it now? To build up an app that can actually serve the purpose for which it has been created. You cannot do well in tech just being on your own, playing solo.
A lone ranger.
A lone ranger. You cannot do well being a lone ranger.
Sorry, can I just give an example on this now? Just to the popular platform for learning a skill, Coursera. We all know it, right? So the founder, there are two actually, but I can remember Andrew is a Chinese word, NG. So I don't know how to pronounce the word Ang or something.
Yes.
He has the idea of having a place where people can learn skills, anything.
Yeah.
But then he didn't just set up the platform, and Coursera won't be what it is today if universities didn't partner with them.
Yes.
So people boast of it from Nigeria. I have certificates from University of Michigan, from Harvard, from Yale, from all these Ivy League schools, whilst whatever what they are doing in Nigeria, even do their masters.
Yes.
We see that is a tool and a learning management system, e-learning platform where you can learn something. But the founders didn't do it on their own. Even though he's a professor, he has to reach out. I know logistics go behind it. For example, okay, if what you do is to deliver goods and services, and you're thinking, I will build an app and I will do it alone. You need logistics, people, delivery guys, DHL or whatever.
Collaboration is key.
You can't just be
Collaboration
alone.
is key.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't just be alone trying to do everything else. You do more and you earn less.
Yes.
You waste a lot of time. You waste a lot of. In fact, big tech programs now runs on collaboration. I remember when we were trying to organize some TEDx event, TEDx Yaba Street. That was December last year.
Okay.
you have to reach out to brands to do the video. You don't have to outsource. Just get brands that does that.
That.
Designing the whole stuff, media publicity. A lot of brands come together, and then it becomes a big
Yes.
event and a big stuff.
And in the collaboration, they see where the whole thing will favor them.
Yes.
Because in collaboration, you see your interest
In your interest.
Interest.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
you network.
and you network. Wow. It has been an awesome time in the studio here with Faith Adepoju. So I think at this point, we're going to be drawing the curtain. Thank you for coming to the studio.
Thank you so
We
much
are
for
most
having me.
grateful.
Thank you.
Okay, I still remain your host, Iwo Hachimeze Joseph, and this is where we're going to be drawing the curtain. Catch you in the next one.
Peace.